I hope you don't get the sickness.
My boy Kurt is a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedle dumb, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
I'm batting 50 with these original Disney classics. I also don't think I used that right. It's a baseball term, right? It's batting 500. I don't know. I don't watch baseball. Anyways, I thought Sleeping Beauty was going to be dull, but no home run. Cinderella, same thing. Pinocchio, swing and a miss. Jury's still out on the old Fantasia. So for Bambi, I'm hesitantly optimistic. We have our opening with cute woodland creatures. There's an owl and squirrels and Thumpers telling everyone to wake up. And it sounds like Thumper was actually voiced by a child voice actor, not an adult pretending to be a child voice actor. Anyways, it's happened. What's happened? The Prince of the Forest is born. Yep, Bambi's mom has given birth to Bambi. The owl does what every old person in the history of old people around babies does. He sticks his face right into the baby's face and makes a stupid noise. Bambi tries to stand and is clumsy and falls, and Thumper and the animals laugh at Bambi. These animals are freaking cute. I just realized for the first time in my life, Bambi is a boy. Bambi's dad stands tall and proud with an impressive set of antlers. Well done, Bambi's mom. Fade to black, fade up from black. Bambi's walking. Bambi's mom says, "Good morning" to the quail family. Like, "Good morning, Mrs. Quail," obviously not remembering the quail's real name. Thumper's voice is amazing. I can't get over it. They're dipping into Peanuts territory with this voice actor. Thumper says one of his 2 famous lines, "He doesn't walk very good, does he?" And I have no idea how that audio doesn't play consistently over every YouTube fail video compilation. That is a license to print money. Bambi hangs with Thumper and his 50 bunny brothers and sisters. That's funny. It's also funny to see how much breathing room the animators had back when this medium was in its infancy. I imagine the original script given to the animators says, "Bambi is born and interacts with Thumper and other woodland creatures," and the time code is from 0 to 25 minutes. It's warm watching this, knowing these are the good old days that are never coming back. We're not going to see Buzz Lightyear aimlessly walking around Andy's empty room for the first half hour of Toy Story 5 while they explore this new medium. They meet a skunk, then there's Thumper. Thumper runs off, Bambi runs home. Usually I'm the one taking a sip of coffee to pass time, but this time, it's the writers of Bambi taking a sip of coffee to take a break. I'll say it again. Bambi is adorable, which is a credit to Disney. You watch old, like, Hanna-Barbera cartoons, they're terrifying. They've dated poorly. Disney stuff, ageless. Seriously, I don't think animators today could sketch a cuter Bambi than they did back then. We're dipping into Fantasia territory as the orchestra plays over top of Thunderstorm and nothing else is happening, but I'm blown away how much this animation holds up. The storm and the rain, nothing looks dated in terms of camera shots and angles and ideas. They're hitting rack focuses, and that is an extra pat on the composition back. Bambi is talking now. They're going to the meadows. Bambi sounds like another legit child voice actor as well. They should really go back to using untrained child voice actors. It adds some authenticity you don't expect it to. Bambi goes running and Mom stops him and gives Bambi the 411 on meadow safety, and that's some sweet shadowing of the 4th variety. Bambi and his mom frolic, and there's a bird that sounds like R2-D2, and I think it's a duck, and for the first time ever, my phone and I agreed the word I was trying to type was indeed duck. Thumper teaches Bambi to eat flowers, the actual flowers, not the skunk, and gets in trouble for eating the blossoms but not the greens. I imagine Walt forcing that line in because last night at the supper table those damn Disney kids wouldn't eat their vegetables. We meet a frog that croaks, "Watch out." He's like the Disney equivalent of that weird old man in Friday the 13th movies that tells the kids they're all gonna die up there in Camp Crystal Lake. Bambi is so gosh darn cute. He meets another young deer. The animators continue to flex. All the deer frolic now. There's a shot of Bambi standing on the edge of what looks like Pride Rock from Lion King. All the deer continue to play, then come to a complete standstill as another big antler buck strolls in. I think that's Bambi's absentee father. "Where have you been, Dad? You said you were going to teach me to play baseball last Friday." Sadness. Yeah, it's the eldest deer in the forest. He's known as the great prince of the forest, so yeah, that's totally his dad. I don't need Ancestry.com to figure out that it takes royalty to make royalty. There's suddenly an animal stampede as they all run away from something. Bambi is lost. Big Buck Antlers wrangles Bambi to safety as gunshots fire, and Mom is dead. No, wait, new scene, Mom's still alive. Whoops, sorry about that, folks. Spoiler. What happened, Mom? Man was in the forest. What you don't see is the other side of this coin, where the hunter that can't shoot straight has to go home empty-handed to his abusive wife, who immediately starts berating him. Outsmarted by a bunch of dumb animals again, Hank. No venison tonight? You loser, Hank. My mother was right. I married a loser. You can't even spell hunter. It snows now and the lake freezes. Thumper is graceful on the ice. Bambi is not. Hilarity ensues. They find the skunk hibernating. Skunk's name is Flowers, as I said. She sees the snow and asks, is it spring yet? And I'm jealous. Look at this stupid skunk getting to sleep through winter. It's a skunk. The only thing it offers the world is stink, and it gets rewarded by sleeping through the shittiest season. For stinking. Next time you see a skunk, remember how unfair life is. Bambi and his mom are in a dark, snowy forest, and the animation is awesome. Bambi says, winter sure is long. You have no idea, kid. I'm from Canada. They see some grass poking through, and then, uh-oh, hunters are back. Run, Bambi, blam! Oh my god. You know, I knew this was coming. The whole thing about Bambi is Mom gets shot. That's the entire movie. Mom does, and Walt gets drunk on dead parent reaction, and we're still feeling the butterfly effect from that decade after decade after decade later. Walt was like, yes, yes, let me bathe in your heartbreak and outrage. It's ever so warm. Dance for me, dance, puppets. Bambi goes back to find his mom, and Large Antlers with a chilling monotone voice tells Bambi his mom can't be with him anymore. We transition into a song from the Birds. It's much later, and Bambi is returned as a grown buck. The owl can't believe how Bambi has grown so much and gets him to do like a turn as he looks him up and down. That's a bizarre scene. Thumper is also older, and their voices are grown up, and I don't really like it. They're Twitter-pated, though. The owl says they're Twitter-pated. Flower the skunk is there. Owl is telling them about being Twitter-pated. Flower runs into another skunk, and oh, Twitter-pated means they want to mate. Thumper sees a girl bunny, and yup, Twitter-pated. Okay, now it feels like Owl is that weird older brother your friend has that tries telling you about sex, and like, he knows, but he doesn't know, and his information is kind of like 60-70% accurate, but it's like if Dollarama taught sex ed. Bambi is mad. Both his friends went 3, 2, 1, Twitter-pated. Ain't gonna happen to him, though, because, oh, that other doe is all grown up, and Bambi likes what he sees. She licks his face. Wow. She walks up and she licks the side of his face. And I know they're deer, but I feel like that scene aged a little poorly. Like, boundaries, lady. Jeez. Anyways, he's Twitter-pated, but oh no, a bigger buck shows up and also wants to mate with her. Just how she goes, bud. Oh, but Bambi's in. And it's kicking time. Bambi style. She likes this. She's like, yes, yes, fight for my body. Winner gets to take me. Law of the forest. Bambi wins, and he and the doe frolic through the forest at dusk, and there's fireflies and water, and this is the best animated scene so far. And this entire movie has been great. So this is just next level. Adult Bambi is still pretty cute. Fade to black, fade up from black. It's morning, and Bambi leaves her sleeping as he sneaks out. Also the way she goes. He goes to look over the cliff, and he sees like tents and big antlers. Buck tells him, a man is here again. We have to go deep into the woods. And he's like, roger that, and takes off. She wakes up, and he's not there. Ice cold, bud. Kids, that's what reckless Twitter-pating gets you. Hunters are back and they're shooting birds out of the sky, and we watch it happen in animated form. Wow. Bambi's trying to find his doe now. The hunters release the dogs, and Bambi's girl is in trouble, but Bambi comes and just goes charging rhino on the dogs. And I think that was supposed to say charging right in on the dogs, but I like this better. Bambi goes charging rhino on the dogs and saves his woman. The forest is on fire, and someone cue Bon Jovi because Bambi is shot down in a blaze of glory. Big Antlers Buck berates Bambi to get up and tells him to follow him. And kind of dealing with his bullet hole issue right here, but okay. They flee the burning forest, and seriously, this animation does not age. Everything is dark and on fire, and it's popping off my TV screen. It still looks incredible. All the animals that made it congregate on the other side of the lake, and everyone is eventually reunited. Fade to black, fade up from black. Thumper is a dad and has 100 kids that comes from bunny Twitter-pating. If you don't know, you should know. Bunnies are famous Twitter-paters. It's the next generation of the woodland creatures. All the kids are now grown up and have kids of their own, including Bambi and his doe. They have twins, but Bambi is up on Pride Rock with Big Antlers Buck, who is his deadbeat dad. Why didn't you ever come back from getting smokes, Dad? The camera goes wide, the chorus sings, and we get a big blue screen that says, the end. Did Thumper say, if you can't see anything nice, don't say anything at all? Did he say that line? Did I miss it when I was writing? That sucks. I totally missed that. There's a Bambi mini documentary on the VHS. They started planning Bambi in 1936 while Snow White was in production. In preparation, real deer were brought into the studio for the artists to study. The names were Bambi and Feline. Nice. Unfortunately, pets act like pets, so they have to study them in the wild. This is wild. They compare the deer in Snow White to the deer in Bambi, and the artists point out how the ones in Snow White sucked. The dependency on the background art and music was conscious storytelling decision. Well, yeah. Walt worked his artists hard, quote, making them study the forest seasons like rain droplets. This is fascinating. Walt Disney, everyone. 70% world-changing genius, 30% taskmaster.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that